This actually seems like a decent time to pop out with the Silver Shroud costume of all things now. Probably the most interior-looking costumes I have available to me anyway. So, now it's time to make a big... Well, not quite yet, but we're getting up to the point where I'm going to have to make some sort of big decision about loyalties. And they definitely threw in a spanner into the works with the having my son be attached to one of the organizations I'm less likely to party with, because up till now I've been all like, alright, yeah, Railroad, obviously, because Brotherhood of Steel are creepy, and Institute kidnap people, and do other dark things and killed my wife, so plenty of reasons not to go with them either. The part where you find out your son runs the place definitely adds a surprise to the works. So I'll be looking like this now, a little more inside safe. We'll just pretend that at some moment I went into that closet and had a chance to change after coming out of the Wasteland, and he gave me that courtesy. Not really built into the story, but okay. Hello? I don't hear anything. Huh. I was just wondering if we get a reception down here for the same radio stations or not, because I think we're pretty far down. Alright, so my son is an old man now, running a creepy, culty science underground place, and makes he makes synth copies of himself. That's what he does now? Is this like a weird metaphor for him trying to recapture his childhood? Is it just meant for a weird surprise reveal as just to mess with you? Or is this like part of his personality? Like, is he just... That's creepy, like that you do that. Why are you doing that?
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
Why build it to look like you?
We'd advanced the technology behind synths to a point where this struck me as an interesting variation. A new angle, if you will. Modeling it after myself seemed only natural, what with the Institute's records and my genetics and physiology. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. But I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, what do you think? Do you think you could love him? Like you would a real boy?
That's way too... We had like half of a conversation where he wasn't responding to anything I said. That seems like not the best. We don't really have data for that, really, do we?
This is all... It's just too much. I just don't know anymore.
I understand. You've been through quite a lot. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
I gotta admit, I'm somewhat tempted to just stop wearing face and head armor, just so that the face expressions show up better during conversations. Because it's a little bit of a bummer to cover it all up like that. I like the system they have in, I believe, Dragon Age and Mass Effect, where they auto-hide your helm during conversations. It doesn't quite make sense, but it's kind of a nice touch. So he just wants me to take a look around, huh? Unsupervised. That sounds safe. I've just been shooting people the entire game. And he doesn't know me very well. Moist. There's a bunch of, oh, moisture, duh. So temperature, humidity, fans, just all climate control. Very articulate. I think more controls than I've ever really had access to, so I wouldn't even know what I'd want to do with them. This place is probably going to be relatively empty. I can take a few vases, I guess, but for the most part I probably won't be looting around here. Just taking a look around. And there's a lot of places to look around, huh? Ooh, Stimpack. Well, absolutely. I'll take the Addictol. None of these radios play anything. Why do they exist? Clean globes. Oh, there's one down there. It was... From the angle I was standing at, it seemed to be perched on the table like there was a small one right there. Undamaged camera. Boop. Those seem like they'd be useful. This must be where they get all those undamaged versions of props when they make mods that allow you to build them everywhere instead of just because everything around town looks that you can build with, it looks like crap, which is weird because you just built it. But That's probably where they get the undamaged versions of all the props, so that you can place them in your modded version of town. Well, you gave me a novice terminal, so of course I'm going to try to. Let's. 1. Seek. L-E-T 1. Alright, so it has an E in the second category, probably. In the second slot. That seems to be the connective tissue. Keep. No, that'd have 2 with seek. Ever. Let. Bump. Used. Shout. Item. No. Hang on, does a single other one have an E in the second slot? I could be totally wrong about this lead. Some. Ones. Used. Shop. Item. Uses. Line. Sits. None of them have an E in the second slot, do they? Alright, so I'm wrong. Whatever they have in common is not the E in the second slot, it's something else. So they've been both right in different ways. L-E-T-S? Nope. Let's just look for something that has something in common. L-E-T-S. 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 S-E-E-K. Yep, that has one in common with both of them. Ones. Likeness 2. Okay. L-E-T-S. 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 1. Seek. S-E-E-K. 1. Uses. U-S. Wait, did I just click on this? No, that's just showing up because it's highlighted there. It has 2 in common with ones. There we go. Alright. Ooh, Kellogg. Conrad. Enhanced life expectancy. That's part of the whole reveal, this Shyamalan twist they're doing, is that the surprise that Kellogg is really old, apparently. Because, based on his age, you would assume that he's just been around with Sean for a few years, and obviously, he's been around for like what is he, like 100 years old? Kellogg's occasional presence continues to unnerve the others. At first, I thought they were merely intimidated by his confidence and arrogance, or perhaps even afraid of his general being. Kellogg is, after all, a killer, but as I've continued to witness their reactions, gauge their sidelong glances, I've detected something else. Something I probably should have anticipated. Jealousy. Kellogg is a living memorial to a forgotten program. He is an augmented human being, a cyborg really, and the benefits he has received cannot be denied. But really, the scientists here could not care less about enhanced reflexes or greater combat efficiency. No. The cause of their envy is something more practical, more primal, his enhanced life expectancy. Just how long will Kellogg live if he passes naturally, however unlikely that may be? It's hard to say. He's already more than 100 years old. Older, certainly, than any other human in the Commonwealth. His complete physiology has been altered. Perhaps he'll make it 250, maybe even 200. Let the petty have their petty jealousy, as Kellogg is a living testament to the ingenuity and superiority of the Institute, and I take no small pleasure in knowing that it must irritate him to no end. Why is it okay, so why is it a forgotten experiment? Is there going to be am I going to get information about that? So you made someone live 2 to 3, maybe even more times longer than anyone else ever lives ever, period? And you abandoned that? That's what they said, right? I went too far. Let's see. The cause of their envy is something more primal. Did I go past it? Where was it? Yeah, he's a memorial to a forgotten program. Why is it forgotten? What's the point of this institute if they can invent those kinds of crazy things to make someone live for like 200 years, and then they just don't use that anymore? What are they trying to do if that's not their goal then? Status reports. Bioscience, FEV8 lab offline. Hydroponics functional. Robotic synth output nominal. Fully stocked. Advanced systems. Child synth project under quarterly review. Why are you making child synths? Okay, Phase 3 behind schedule. SRB. Director Zimmer is still offline. Above ground operative terminated. Retention programs functional. paternal recognition algorithms ineffective. Or pattern, my bad. Power output maxed. Water and air recycling is normal. Personal notes. The wait continues. AO can only confirm sightings outside Vault 111, and again in Diamond City sometime later. What that means, I'm not sure. Will we actually meet? Was this all for nothing? No, not nothing. I will have learned valuable things about myself, my past, either way. I cannot afford to let emotion get in the way. I must simply observe and record. I'm told Kellogg has gone offline. Strangely, I find myself thinking of Dr. Walker. He had such high hopes for Kellogg, such faith in the implants and what they could mean. I still regret eliminating that project, but I know where it would have led us. Walker was never shy about his goals. Too many others were starting to listen. In the end, I believed I was justified. The Institute is about preserving humanity, not some bizarre amalgamation of biology and technology. So they're completely against human augmentation, which means they're not going to be happy at all about synths, I'm sure. Except they're still making them, which is... This is a weird organization, really. Director access, synth shutdown. Kellogg Conrad, enhanced life expectancy. Kellogg's occasional presence continues to unnerve the others. At first, this is the same dialogue. It's the same one. Alright. A synth shutdown. Unauthorized. Never mind. I thought I entered a new menu and I did not. So I thought there was going to be more backup on Kellogg. So they're against all human augmentation then, even though they're the crazy... This is some big crazy technological facility. They don't want to actually modify and change people in any way. What was that? Sean's terminal password. Well, that was easy. Right. Alright, so am I going to activate this or just open it? Director code required, so I can't even open it yet. That was just my way of getting in if I don't have... That was just in case you don't have novice hacking, I guess. Hello? I'm actually not sure. Can you be so bad at hacking that you don't have access to... that you don't have access to basic level stuff like that? Novice? I feel like you might be able to start out with Novice, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I've ever had any character in a Wasteland game, I mean a Fallout game, that couldn't do the most basic hacking. Hello? A lot of folders everywhere. There's ammo. They keep bullets behind in their bathroom. That's a little weird. Can you turn it on? Just wanted to know. I wanted to know if the shower was functional or not. All right, let's take the stairs. Hey, you. Are you alarmed at all by a weird stranger showing up?
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Oh, he's a synth. He already knows I'm gonna be here. Okay. Everything here is creepy. Are they all downstairs specifically, or is anyone upstairs? None of my targets seem to be upstairs. So I'm curious what else is here.
Call this a clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
My apologies, sir. I was issued a defective cleansing unit, it
Don't make
says.
excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Yes, sir. Apparently this...
Spend enough time here, and you'll be sick to death of the word synth. I certainly am.
Apparently that synth just lost its dialogue. You don't seem at all phased that I'm here, huh? New face, not a lot of those, right?
Doctor.
You know what happens when people get robots to do all their work? They get fat and lazy, that's what. Real people doing real thinking and real work. That's the future I want.
People have no trouble getting fat and lazy on their own.
A few, here and there, perhaps. But not on the scale I'm talking about. I can see you're having a joke at my expense. You're hardly the first. In any case, I suppose I should say, welcome. Perhaps a fresh perspective will do some good around here.
It's weird. I'm known for running around the wasteland killing people, basically. But they don't, he doesn't escort me around or give me a tour or warn people about me or even introduce me to the... There's no meeting to introduce me to everybody. What a weird approach. Hello? What is this, the Apple Corporation? Alright. Hey!
Look, Director, I'm gonna make the same recommendation I did last time. We did everything we could. 4 years dedicated to preserving this Commonwealth provisional government. You've seen the same reports I have. It's falling apart and fast. We need a plan for what happens when that fall is complete. I know some of the other divisions have suggested we just cut off all contact,
sir.
hide underground, and pretend nobody's home. That would, in my opinion, be a mistake.
Operating at full capacity.
We can't just give up on these people. And with the Android program, we don't have to. We'll soon have the capabilities to deploy androids to the surface in great enough numbers to maintain order. Just think about it, all right? Keep it in mind moving forward.
They're expanding. They gave up on the provisional government. Ooh, sensors. I could probably use those. Guess I'm taking more stuff than I originally thought. A reporter's pen, that's very specific. Maybe Piper will want that. I forget if I can even give them stuff, actually. Oh, the Wake Master alarm clock. Now I'm the Wake Master. What do you think about that? Did that lamp just levitate for a moment? I think it was actually embedded inside the platform and came up. There's a whole area down here. This really does look like Mass Effect to some extent, doesn't it? I'm getting that Citadel vibe. Hello, astoundingly awesome tales.
Hell yeah.
Your cannon companion permanently takes 10% less damage. Cool. It even looks like him, kind of. Yeah. Haven't used him for a while. Tempted to go back to him.
Doctor,
he doesn't talk all the
I left a copy of the lab
time.
report on your desk. Did you get a chance to read it?
Yes, I read it. Those results are useless to me. Go back and develop a more efficient prototype and test it properly this time.
Of course. I'll inform the team.
Someone's talking. I thought I'd walk up to them and join the conversation or watch or something, but I couldn't actually tell where they were coming from quite. Oh well. Someone was working on this panel a moment ago. I held off on talking to them because we were doing the audio log still, but now they're gone. Maybe I'll find them around. I figured we'd check this area out before we go anywhere else. So these are all the coursers. And that's the patrol. So that's underground security, and those are their above ground soldiers, basically.
All systems nominal.
Hello? Don't mind me just looking for all your secrets. Especially now that we've established the idea of there being a comic book around here. This place is more open than I would have originally expected. So secretive. And yet you can just wander around once you get here. Advanced system notes.
I think he's actually lost his mind. I can't believe he really expects me to do this. I've always been on board with the Gen 3 program. It makes sense, but this? Nothing good can come from this. How am I supposed to explain to my staff that Sean wants a child synth for no immediately apparent valid line of research? And to base the physical features off records of his own childhood? It defies all logic. No, I can't do this. I won't.
Carry on, sir.
Yep. Sean's got some serious daddy issues, and he's trying to rebuild his childhood due to all sorts of problematic neuroses that could probably come up from this whole situation. Alright, let's try to go to the bottom floor now, since that seems to be the only remaining option. By the way, was that Madison Lee? Was that Dr. Lee from
I thought all
Fallout
surface
3?
people look like monsters. But you seem pretty normal.
Hey, pal.
I'm not scared of the surface.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Bet it's pretty boring down here, compared to up there. Hello.
Alright, I guess we can't have a conversation. It's fine. I didn't want one anyway. Don't notice me. This place... Wow, we're gonna be here for a while, I think. If there's this many rooms... Ooh, an Institute jumper. Is that how I try to fit in here? So I had the lab coat a second ago. Doesn't quite work. Jumper. There we go. Pretend I belong here. Now it'll feel less weird that everyone's not reacting to me being new around here. Hello. Don't mind me, I'm just inside your house. Oh, everything in here counts as stealing.
Isn't it wonderful here?
I especially like... Oh god, they're identical and creepy. Are you synths?
Hi there.
My daddy says your father's daddy, but he looks so much older than you. Sometimes Quentin is really mean to me, but my mom says I have to be nice anyway.
Hey, sweetie.
I've heard stories. On the surface sure sounds scary.
So different personality and voice, but unless I'm misremembering, I think it's the same face. So those must be the synths. Unless my son has twin daughters? He could just have actual children, potentially, but I'm somewhat tempted to think that those are all the synth children he's been making. Clean room suit. There's a few options around here. Well, now I gotta find out. There's a few options for different things to wear here. Alright. Just adopting all their stuff. Clean room does not have any actual stats on it, huh? About the... Institute jumper gives you... Okay. Clean room gives you 2 endurance. First of all, let's drop the second one. Institute jumper gives you 2 agility. Lab coat gives you 2 intelligence. So the jumper fits my build the most. But I think in general, they're full costumes, right? Yeah. So I'm not gonna exactly be wearing these in the Wasteland, since you can't wear armor over them, which is a little silly actually. This would be a nice opportunity for them to give you more customizable things to wear under your armor, since these are all clothing items, and the game sorely lacks. And the game doesn't seem to have that many customizable items to put in that slot, considering the fact that it's the most visually apparent part of your armor is the what you're wearing under your armor. Because your armor takes up so little of your body when you're not in power armor. Oh well. So it looks like the place is divided into 3 separate towers, and each tower may have a series of buildings, Sith retention and robotics. Did I say Sith? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Is this how you get to the middle? No, this is the outer wall, isn't it? So this is just storage. 8 fusion cells. Ooh. Look at their special little space ammo boxes. Alright. This is the most Mass Effect place I've been in a while. Granted, I haven't played a Mass Effect game since 3 came out, so not saying much. Access logs for terminal maintenance terminal 6. Replaced things. Supplied inventory. Not interesting looking from the outset. Hello, dark chamber. Do you go to the surface or something? Huh. Everything's grody in here, like it's not a place that people use. Okay, I'm curious. Let's find out where this goes. Does this take me all the way to the surface? Because it sure looks like some of the buildings we've seen upstairs. Yeah, this looks like the surface. No. Now where am I? So the Institute's over here by Kendall Hospital and the CIT ruins. We've been around here. Cambridge Police Station. It's a relatively frequently visited area on the map. Alright, now I'm here.
We are working at optimal efficiency. We are working at optimal efficiency.
This one got a name, but we're not going to talk to them. Maybe they'll come up later. The fact that they gave them a unique name seems important. So this is where they put all the synths to work. That's why they don't clean it, because no people come around here.
Construction is proceeding according to schedule.
So this is... Oh. This is our XCOM style underground expansion area where they're digging out the area and reinforcing it and building the walls so they can...
G981 is our shift leader.
They can use this as a new area. So it's a bunch of generic synths and one G981. Alright. I'm interested. Ooh, hello.
Just keep talking if you can. I'm afraid this may be rather painful.
Don't worry about it, Doc.
Anesthetic would lower your blood pressure too much, and I need you to remain conscious.
You already explained all that. It's gonna be worth it, right?
Oh, most definitely. These implants are much more advanced than anything you've had before. Dr. Walter is very pleased with you. The Gen 3 synth program is finally making progress, thanks to the genetic material you recovered.
You know
You're talking about that kid we got from the vault?
Personnel only. So Dr.
Yes,
thinks he can
a perfectly unspoiled DNA sample.
Well, you can tell him that
Now this next part is especially delicate, so if you can please look straight into the light. Should everything be purple? No, that's just a calibration error. How about now? Better.
no visible reaction to the
I'm just glad to have a chance to test these on a cooperative human subject. Normally, the directors are very tight. You see, these are gonna work. When I say test, I simply mean collecting data over time, which will be very valuable to making further improvements. This next part may be exceptionally painful. Try your best to remain conscious.
You can return to your duties and remember to record every
A lot of dialogue going on.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Coming from both the environment and the characters simultaneously, and the audio log simultaneously. Someone talking about being a test subject? You?
All this advanced technology, and we still can't cure the common cold.
Just as you gave life to Father, he
Once
gave
you've
life
settled
to
in,
many of us.
I'll want to do a physical and get a file going on you. No hurry, though.
You're the doctor here?
Everyone's a doctor here. But if you mean physician, then yes, I'm about as close as we've got to one. How about you take some time to get comfortable, learn the lay of the land and such. In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up. We'll do that checkup when you're good and ready. Take care of yourself, so I don't have to.
Are you the pedantic here? Yes, yes you are. Hello? Taking all them drugs. There's a lot going on here, alright. Don't think I can grab quite all of these. Hello. Do I have medical records on my son? Access logs. Those. Redacted. Ooh. Someone removes themselves from the records. Incident reports. First degree burns left hand. If a patient placed his hands inside power relay without first disengaging. First aid applied. Dizziness, shortness of breath. Ooh. Results redacted. I get the feeling if there's any interesting notes to be found, they're probably not there to be found at this point. The latest patch of food from hydroponics shows increased vitamin D content should help with the deficiencies I've been seeing lately. Not a whole lot going on there. Let's see, I want to see what's back here. Let's do some hacking. Hello? Died. 0. Okay. Does not start or end with D, for example. No find. That's an I. E. Soap. That's no overlap.
That's it.
That's exactly what it is. It's always refreshing when it's easy. There's all those times where I have to sit there and search for a while. Even on novice difficulty. There may not be anything cool back here. It could just be... Well, there's ammo. That functions a purpose, or that serves a purpose and doesn't require slots. Try tools. There's just a bunch of tools everywhere. So this is the a maintenance closet. Not a whole lot going on here. Just yeah, it's all the medical supplies, not maintenance closet. It's the supplies for this medical lab. No surprise audio logs. Let's go back to synth retention. I walked by there at first, but I was listening to the dialogue still, the audio log still. Hello?
Hey. Reporting status. All functions normal.
So can I go in? Oh. It's a separate instance location.
Over the robotics to knock some heads together.
You're here. Glad you made it.
Their feet on the targeting package
Yeah,
upgrades I
nice
asked
to meet.
for. Maybe I should take some courses
You?
with me. You know, send a message.
Nameless
Please
guy.
don't. There's enough friction as it is between us.
We're all
and
looking
pretty
forward
much
to
all the
working
other
with you.
departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see. Courses on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Oh, we're having conversations with me now. Okay, that was abrupt. Oh, now they're leaving the room. I guess I was rude.
Hi, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin A.O., Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be up front with you. we're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I hate to break it to you, but your Courser wasn't all that tough.
Then it's likely the unit was defective. It's rare, but faults can occur from time to time. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who were you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Alright, nice talking to you. Goodbye forever, maybe. We'll see. They're right to be suspicious of me, because it's entirely possible
Don't get any germs on me.
that people... Shut up. It's entirely possible that people will totally betray this group. I mean, we don't have any allegiance to them besides our son. And they're one of 4 factions to side with? They're oddly trusting considering that. Although they're
like
probably...
any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
They're admittedly probably so egocentric that they just assume that they're the only faction that matters, though.
Hey there.
I swear I spend half my time smoothing the feathers that Justin ruffles. We need to be able to collaborate with the other divisions, and that's a lot harder when they're always angry at us.
What's Justin doing that's causing friction?
Oh, he's just pushy and demanding. He thinks his problems should be everyone's biggest concern. I have to admit, though, the other divisions have never taken our needs as seriously as they should. Guess they see us as a necessary evil or something. It's really not fair. Oh, just listen to me. It's the first chance we've had to get acquainted, and all I want to do is complain. In any case, it was good to meet you.
It was good to meet me?
Rumor is,
I asked you like half of a question, and that was our whole conversation. It was good to meet you. Bye forever. They don't really get a lot of human contact with all these synths around, do they? They seem to not be great at this whole thing. Recorder, mine. Pistols. Hello. Oh yeah, fusion cells are ammo. There we go. Courser uniform plus. That could be useful. Black Institute lab coat with style. They are not bothered by me doing this, are they? Alright, let's try this one out. Courser uniform. There you go. That looks kind of cool and sort of out of place here. Alright, Black Institute lab coat. That's black? I guess the sleeves are black. Not a whole lot going on else otherwise. Alright. I think they're going to slowly be driven insane by the lack of design variety in their costumes. Everyone looking the same all the time in their bright, white environment. All the uniformity all the time. SRB. So this is their synth area in general. Department notices. Oop. Our new visitor. As you know, Father was granted full access to our new visitor, to our new visitor from the surface. That includes the entirety of the SRB. While we must accommodate Father's wishes in this matter, we must also remain diligent. Refrain from discussing any sensitive information, especially the ongoing investigation involving the Gen 3 synths. Well, I know that now. In our ideal world, the railroad will have no influence on our new guest. We do not live in the ideal world. Exactly. Because they got me here. I guess do they really have no idea how I got here, and like that I was literally brought here by the railroad? I just showed up one day and he just got a blip on his computer like, oh, your dad's here. I'm like, oh, yay, daddy's home. And just no context for how I got there, I guess. Missing synth investigation. Due to recent developments and ongoing investigation into the missing synths, I am adjusting our policy regarding discussion of this subject with personnel outside of SRB. In brief, details of the investigation are now classified and cannot be shared with anyone other than SRB personnel. And even then, such conversations can take place only here in the SRB facilities. Those who are found to be in violation of this policy will face the strictest discipline. Director AO. Infiltrator Unit McDonough? I'm starting to wonder if M762, the Infiltrator Unit McDonough, hasn't begun to outlive its usefulness. Assuming the identity of the Diamond City's mayor has provided us with invaluable intelligence over the years, but suspicions have only continued to mount. This latest incident, the publication of the newspaper article calling McDonough's humanity into question, might just be the tipping point. I've spoken to AO and we both agree. If the situation does become untenable, reclamation seems unfeasible. M762 was specifically engineered to mimic the actual human McDonough. As such, the unit's synthetic biology is that of someone overweight and grossly out of shape. A mem wipe would kill any physiological weaknesses attributed to self-perceived old age, but the body? Lost cause. The real irony here is that M762, in one of its dispatches back to the Institute, requested a future posting in the coursers, citing loyalty and years of service, and that request alone was evidence enough of self-awareness and independence to completely eliminate him for contention. Never mind the fact that he wouldn't even fit into the uniform. Determination. When and if M762's identity is eventually compromised, the unit is effectively decommissioned in field. No reclamation, no institute assistance. Given its relative age and physical condition, not to mention the danger inherent in an infiltrator's unit's discovery, further lifespan estimated as at 2 weeks maximum. Secord. So the mayor of Diamond City is actually a synth brought by the Institute, and he's just pretending this whole time, which is all the more reason for him to be dismissive of the newspaper. It's too bad Piper can't be here. Access to SRB. It has come to my attention that certain colleagues who are dissatisfied with our politics and procedures have, on more than one occasion, tried to circumvent our established process for registering their complaints with Father, and have tried to gain access to our serene facilities in order to complain in a more direct manner. I'm sure I need not remind you that the SRB is off limits to all personnel not assigned to this division. Do not allow yourself to be browbeaten, cajoled, intimidated, or otherwise manipulated into allowing anyone who lacks the appropriate clearance into the SRB. Failure to uphold this mandate will result in severe discipline. Director AO. Power conservation. As you're all aware, Father has asked that we monitor our power usage carefully and try to be as efficient as possible. As a point of personal emphasis, we should strive to be efficient in everything we do, but our division has needs that are unique among the various branches of the Institute. The fact is, sometimes our operations require resources that we cannot readily disclose due to the sensitive nature of what we do. I place my trust in your judgment. If you require additional power or any other resources to carry out our work, then take what you need. Consult me if you have any concerns or questions, but know that the responsibility of meeting your project deadlines falls upon your shoulders, and I won't accept limited power availability as an excuse for failing to meet those deadlines. In short, do what you need to do, and if anyone objects to the way in which we carry out our work, I'll deal with those objections myself. Director AO. That was the inventory management. We still have more things to go through. It's just fusion cells, bottle caps, grenades. Alright, so this has to be the department where they... This must be how they distribute the synths and send them out and set up the infiltrators and coursers and everyone. Creepy little pods. Alright, I think we're gonna be here for a while, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the episode here as we wander on back outside. And I'm going to say thanks for watching like always, guys. And I'll see you next time where we'll probably wrap up exploring this crazy Institute location. See you next time.